of the St. Lawrence River on the Notre Dame Island at the Circuit Gilway, and with the mixed up conditions we have in store, I think it is going to be quite an interesting race here today. So we hope we have a thriller. We might be a tiny bit delayed by about a few minutes. That is fine. I just realized when I got the stream up that once again for the second week running I left my audio on. Always fun when I do that. But we thank you for joining us here at Montreal, and it's going to be an exciting 35 laps around this circuit, and I think a lot of the drivers are excited. And as I mentioned earlier, we have mixed conditions here today, so expect a lot of chaos, expect carnage. And who is going to be going into the Wall of Champions? That's going to be an interesting one. We have Pal in chat saying rain. Absolutely, that's going to be something that the drivers will need to watch out for. It's going to be, the whole race is going to be rain, and then we're going to have the qualifying, which will be dry, so that's the only dry running, the only time where you need a dry setup. But could we see some surprises in qualifying and then the race? This one is going to hopefully be an absolute thriller. Now, in real life, Formula 1 came here, Formula 1 started, returned back to the circuit after 3 years absence last season in 2022. So the last time they raced before 2022 was 2019. So it might not be a circuit which, by any chance, there might be a chance you might have missed this year's Canadian Grand Prix, but here we go. If you did, by any chance, then do not worry. We have a lot of information about this circuit coming your way very, very shortly. But the first Grand Prix at the circuit was held in 1978. And we have Pal saying in chat, Yuki Tsunoda, the pit lane exit. Yep, that's one of the things that caused the safety car and gave us a bit of an intense ending to the race, where we thought Carlos Sainz had an opportunity, but wasn't to be for him, unfortunately. So, but anyway, a lot to look forward to. We will take you through our driver standings soon as well. I'm just gonna get the, as I've just got my, I have a wireless, a wired headset, so I just momentarily got it stuck. So this one's hopefully going to be a thrilling one. And I'm just also going to put the stream up on my laptop instead of my phone. They're still waiting for quite a few drivers. We have currently missing 3 people, which will bring us to 15 drivers. I think it should be one more if I'm correct, a reserve. Pal, if you are listening currently, can you just write a message in chat so I can see it's now working on my computer as well? Missing 4, yep. There we go, thank you, Pal. Working all good on my computer as well. So we have Curvo, who is Valdo. So it'll be interesting to see so this one's gonna be a interesting one. Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, we obviously had a 3-year absence around this circuit as well. So it is time to tell you a tiny bit about this racetrack with some history and some of the stats. So, well, be happy. It is not me who's going to take you through it. It is one of our drivers. So, who do we think it's going to be? This one's going to be an interesting one. Let's see who can guess. Who's it going to be? They were all a bit unsure. Who's it going to be to take us through? Well, it's time to find out. A guy from the UK, I think. Okay, anyway, jokes aside, let's head over to Pal to tell you a tiny bit about this racetrack.
The man-made Notre Dame Island in the middle of the St. Lawrence River was created for the 1967 Expo 67 World Fair. Once the Expo and ensured in 1976 Montreal Summer Olympics had left town, some clever people decided to make a racetrack out of the island road and load the circuit Notre Dame as it then came to be. With the Canadian Grand Prix having been in search for a permanent home for a number of years in the 1960s and 1970s, the circuit Notre Dame first hosted the race in 1978. Fittingly, Jules Villeneuve claimed his maiden win at the track, which would end up bearing his name. Welcome to Circus Jules Villeneuve here in Canada, Montreal. The number of laps we have today is 35. The race distance is 152.635 kilometres. The lap record was set by Valtteri Bottas in 2019 of 113.078 lap. There are 14 turns here in Montreal. And let's see what the drivers can do around this 4.3-kilometre circuit.
Thank you, pal. Well, if you didn't know much about the circuit, you should do now. Here we go. That was quite interesting. So, here we go. I was just looking at some of the Discord of what the conversations are going on. I thought there was something wrong with the stream. Well, don't worry. I didn't mess anything up, luckily. Or I'd probably get the sack for it. I didn't, so... there we go. Anyway, so let's hope this is a thriller. We have 12 people currently in the lobby. So let's hope we're gonna have more people and the remaining drivers join us. It is currently 6:06. We haven't had all of the drivers join us, so we're still waiting currently. And and we have Ace, who has readied up. So has Flame. So, we're just currently waiting until we are able to get going for the 18 minutes qualifying, the only drive running. The viewers are going up and down. Oh yeah, it might be, I don't know if it's a glitch for you or what, but so tier 1, everyone being asked to ready it up. 12 drivers in total, 11 in qualifying though, due to Kyle, who will not be participating in qualifying due to a ban. So the two Mercedes being supported on in chat by Den, I think that's how you say it. And obviously, just a bit of a reminder to us. Thank you for reminding me. We need to go through our standings then for this race, as we are about to go into the 18 minutes. But while we do that, you guys will be able to go to track pictures. But I'm going to be taking you through our standings. So, I think Denna's going to be happy a bit with this one. Flame is your championship leader. The Mercedes man leads the championship with 65 points. Glexus in second position. One of the championship favourites now. He is 25 points behind. Then we have Elias in fourth. So I think third position man might have got removed. So we have Elias in fourth then with 21. And then we have Tristan, who had to miss last time out. Welcome back to Tristan. And then we're going to have Carlo, then Rafael, Ollie, Sine, Ace, Harrison, Valdo, Phoenix, and then we have Pal, Kyle. Then we have Charlie, Akron. That completes your driver standings. And time to take you through our constructors one as well. It is Mercedes who lead the way by 29 points. 85 points for Mercedes, and we have 57 for Aston Martin. Alfa Romeo in third, 55 points behind first place runner Mercedes, and then we have Ferrari. Then we have Alpine, then we have Williams, and then we have Haas, McLaren, AlphaTauri, Red Bull going into the British round three at Silverstone in FPRL had no points. They were the only team to not have any points, and well, we can get rid of that stat for you. Red Bull, a double point finish for both of them, and they were able to get 7 points last time out. So now that means every single team this season has scored points, and a great stat. I mean, it's not really a great stat, but it's not one they want to have, definitely. So Sine is almost home. I'm unsure if he's allowed back in. I did not read some of the earlier conversations they were having. The incidents are open, but here we have track pictures, and you've already had them for about the last minute. However, now you can also have me talking about what is going on around the circuit. Let's get everything up for you. And let's get ready for some fast laps. We're hoping, because these will definitely be the fastest laps, because we're not going to get any dry conditions. Even if it was dry in the race, quality laps would be faster, but we're not going to get it anywhere near that, because it will be wet conditions, and the weather will not improve throughout the races either. So let's watch with Harrison as he makes his way down into turn number 1, braking late, and then you make your way now through, applying the power through, and now towards turn number 3 you go. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's see. Back on the power, we have Carlos retired what he's supposed to do, and then just braking a tiny bit. Don't want to go too much over the grass, and then about 2 times over the curb. Back on the power, and you get to the first DRS zone on this lap. You make your way down into turn number 8, and then you want to sweep through 9. We say hello to Sine as we go through now, making our way into turn number 10. A very late hairpin, and is gonna cause lockups by a lot of drivers. Does in the race, we'll see some drivers taking the wide line, some drivers going a bit more towards the inside. Now we head our way now down towards the chicane, and we head towards the wall of champions. I think a lot of drivers, let's see if anyone will find the wall though, around the wall of champions. Pushing on, DRS goes open, then you make your way to the line. The laps being set by the drivers ahead. Can HB Gamer go ahead of that for now? He can go ahead of Charlie, but he is going to be behind Glexus. And we'll leave it on that for now. We have Tristan slotting in with a 1 minute 11.554 for the Alfa Romeo man as he goes through. So now we have 12 drivers in this qualifying. and 13 in the race. So we're going to continue seeing who else can we join on a lap. Here is AC's invalidated though. Aquan on out lap. And we join our championship leader. One of the two drivers who I predicted either Tristan or Flame for the title. It currently looks like it's going Flame's way this season, but he'll need to be careful. He'll need to make sure he has good results, because the man who currently sits in first position on the timing page right now, he is coming very fast, and it really does look like it's going to be a bit tricky for anyone to beat him. But Flame has had a good start to the season. That's why he currently sits in first position. And that is why he's going to the top of the table. 1 minute 10.869. I said it was going to be hard for someone to beat Glexus. It might have just been a bit of a slow lap for Glexus. But wow, still, what a lap by Flame. And one thing he needs to do is take the fight in these initial stages. Even if Glexus comes back even stronger later on, still we'll have... then Flame will have him covered, but Flame currently taking the fight to Glexus, and this one might be a close qualifying here in the dry conditions. And Tristan, is he going for any kind of mind games, I wonder? And Glexus saying it's a terrible lap. Won't use the same language on here. Just gonna change his wording a bit, because we are not going to obviously swear here. Okay. I think there might be a lot of mind games. And also, what I was hearing earlier today, when I was reading some of the chats, it looks like so many drivers actually want to go in different parties today. So we could see maybe there's some teammates in the same party. We might see a lot of drivers. And because I already know that one party takes place, but then there's also some like individual 2 driver ones. So it's interesting to see if how they are gonna go. So I think Carlo and Akron might have been also doing one. I'm unsure. So there's gonna be so much mind games going on. Let's hope it isn't too much of a distraction for the drivers though. But at least they do have someone to talk to, unlike me, who is in the commentary box. But live chat, please keep me entertained as well. Wow. But if the race is thrilling, I don't need much other entertainment than that. If the race is good, if the race has a lot of action, I'm fine, because that's all I pretty much need. Action. So we have Neek, we have Phoenix, and then we have Sine, Yellow, Brownie, and Raphael. All currently not here and driving. Hello to Paprika in chat. I was kind of waiting for him to come. Always lovely to have him here. So Pal saying in chat, I messed up the lap, as I forgot DRS was a thing. Well, do not worry, mate. You won't have to worry about DRS in the race. We have the McLaren driver currently pushing on, Ace. Let's see what he's able to do. As now attacks. Going into the next few couple of corners, now focused on turn number 10. And you just gotta find your braking point. Late on the brakes, do you take a bit of a wide line and then try and sweep it in, back on the power? Do you take a bit more of a line that is, do you compromise your line on the outside to give you a better run to the inside? There's so many different things the driver could do, but which one is the fastest one? Now we're going into, and drivers want to try and take this as fast as possible. That's why we obviously see so many crashes. Going into now the chicane, trying to wrestle the car in, and it didn't look settled there, it didn't look committed. It looked like the car wanted to go on him, but it seems like it wanted to go for many drivers, as he is currently in 5th. We might be seeing some mind games here by Tristan though. He does have DRS open though, as he goes into the chicane. He needs to be careful, because he is a champion, attacking over the curbs nicely for him, and then making his way to the line. Let's see where he goes. Into third position for him. Much better, but unfortunately for the all of the drivers who don't run assist, the wet can be a bit of an issue because the traction drivers can just floor it out of the corners. So I do always feel bad for them whenever we do have a wet race. Only negative, to be honest about it, because all the traction drivers, it's technically a bit more of an advantage to them. That's what this qualifying means. We might have some of the non-traction drivers doing perfect, doing well, right to the front of the field. But then when we get to the wet conditions, we might see them fighting their way past right in the race. So we are going to be in for a good couple of laps at the beginning. And obviously it's going to be wet conditions anyway. So it's really going to be an interesting one here. And I'll bring you all the updates I can from the Tier 1 chat. Here we have Valdo as well. In the Ferrari. They were expected to dominate this championship. Doesn't look that way so far, but they can fight back because they have had a few absent races. And in the first race we had Valdo obviously losing out. And I've just noticed I forgot all of my water. I do not have any water going into this session. And if it is going to be a bit of a thriller, I have nothing to drink. Because I was commentating this race earlier this week. Won't say the league, of course, but no, that race, I think I would have fainted without water, so let's just hope and pray I'm able to get through it. I could actually go and get some water quickly, just before we get into the fast bits coming in. But remember, the drivers don't need to also save tyres. The drivers don't need to save tyres either, because they can use all their slicks they want. They can use all the slicks they want, because in the rain, in the race, we'll have all wet, so they won't be using these slicks unless someone wants to go dancing, which they are not allowed. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna quickly go and grab some water. In the meantime, we'll let you enjoy the Red Bull man who runs wide as he goes through turn and takes a very adventurous racing line. I mean, to be honest, if they did that in real life, it would improve overtaking as well. Going an even further hairpin, which goes even wider. Like, continue going at speed and then... So, maybe. Thank you for getting this... thank you for getting a discussion started, pal. Anyway, we'll let you enjoy a lap with the Red Bull man as he makes his way down towards turn number 1 and pushes on. Okay, everybody, I am back. Just got my water. which, as we have an Alfa Romeo around, which is Tristan. But what I was gonna say, you get even better commentary by me if I have water, because at some point my voice would not be able to take any more. Anyway, this qualifying 18 minutes has absolutely flown by. Absolutely flown by. And now we're going to be getting into the end of it to see who's going to be able to take pole position. Okay. Hopefully you're all excited to see what all the drivers are able to produce. Who do you think's taking pole? Quickly give us your predictions in the live chat. But our attention turns to currently the man we're currently watching, our championship leader, Flame, who will be hoping to have a great race this weekend to continue all the momentum he has. And currently the top two on the road are the top two in the standings. But who's going to be ahead of each other? Let's watch Flame then. Attacking now, a lap around Montreal. DRS open, down towards turn number 1 for him, as the man who currently sits in P1 is going to try and maintain it, attacking through the first few corners. You might get a tiny bit of traffic on this lap, which might be a bit of an issue for him. Now he's focused towards turn number 3 and 4. Stare to the outside, then sweep the car in. Akron slots into third position for now. Now, you're right, as we go through the shadows, the shadow part of the section, and obviously can be a bit of a distraction for the drivers. Attacking the curb nicely, pushing on. DRS about to go open now, once more, towards turn number 8. You just want to find your braking point. There's a car ahead which will hopefully get out of the way perfectly. Right over to the outside, then attack the inside curbs once more. And then, you're now focused on turn number 10. Turn number 10, a late braking zone, but you want to be straight away on the power, because that affects your run going into the final 2 corners of the racetrack. The wall of champion chicanes now, as we go through. DRS about to go open. Mighty also get a tiny bit of a slipstream from the car ahead. Let's see. We're now heading to turn number 14 and 13. As braking late, attack those curves. Give all the momentum you have. Spin there for the Alfa Romeo, which made me not being able to pronounce any words. Flame comes across the line. 1 minute 10.479. He's extended his advantage at the top of the table. And I've completely forgotten how to speak. As well, I do not even know what is going on currently. However, let's try and have a bit of a fresh start and focus on a lap with the Aston Martin man, Glexus, who is doing all he can to try and take pole position away from Flame. He'll need to gain quite a few tenths. HPA Gamer, I think, might have been the car who had that spin. As well, pushing on though, is the Aston Martin driver. This lap needs to be nailed for him. It needs to be perfect. DRS is open now, going into turn number 8 and 9. Sweep it in. Look at the momentum he carried right over the curbs. And it really does look like a fast lap. We're now heading to the end of this session, into turn number 10. Look at what a camera angle there, as he sweeps the car in, back on the power. DRS open for the Aston Martin man. About to make his way to the final 2 corners of the racetrack. If he can navigate the wall of champions, he might have a shot here at pole position. Let's see then, as he comes through the wall of champions, has been able to navigate it close to the wall. DRS open. Can he take pole away from his championship rival? He can. 1 minute 10.4. He's been able to take it. He's ahead of Flame. Does Flame have anything to fight back? No, he does not. He's backing off. Here is Akron. He'll currently start third if it finishes like this. We also have Tristan pushing on as well. Let's focus though on the AlphaTauri man, currently sitting in third position. DRS is open for him as he makes his way now to the final 2 corners of this racetrack. Navigates the chicanes perfectly. Doesn't hit the wall of champions. DRS open. Making his way to the line. Let's see. Does he improve? Checker flag is out. Does not improve on the lap. What about Tristan? Can Tristan improve and get up into third position? Let's see, getting a bit of a slipstream as he goes to the line for him. He does. Yes, he can. 1 minute 10.866 for him. And there we go. That is the end of the qualifying session. We will confirm the results to you in a second. But it looks like Glexus has got the upper hand so far in this qualifying session. It's going to be Glexus ahead of Flame, under a tenth between both of them. We're going to have Tristan, who will start in third position. He might not have the best race due to, unfortunately, no assists. And then we're going to have Akron. Then we're going to have Sinead, then Curver, HBA Gamer, Smithy. Then we'll have Ace. Then we'll have Pal. And then we'll have Matt, I'll call it. Should we call him that? Because I'm not going to mess around with the numbers. We're going to have Kyle. We're going to have Carla Bona, the two drivers who are not able to set laps as well. And will there be a good clean battle between the drivers? That will be my question. Well, I'm going to be hoping for that. And we're going to have Pal, who will start P10. He will be hoping to finish in that position. He'll be hoping to finish higher, to be honest. But I think his minimum will be points today. We're heading into the race. No drivers can ready up until obviously told to do so. And there you can see these conditions will fully change the picture for all of these drivers. They'll all be starting on the intermediates. We've already had someone decide to ready up. So let's see what is going to happen around Canada. We're going to have the formation lap first, and then we're going to be into the action. So let's hope this is a good race. We're going to have Glexus, who will lead the field away as we begin the formation lap. And we get all of the information for you. Everyone on the intermediates as expected. So we'll put it on position changes. So it'll be Glexus ahead of Flame. And then it's going to be Tristan, who will be in third position. You have Smithy and Ace, who have got themselves, I think, disqualified. But it's time to listen in to the drivers. And first of all, let's start off with the man we're currently watching, Kyle.
I think Yak and myself and Red Bull, I think we have a really good shot today and putting in some pretty big points. Wet conditions are going to play a big factor in making sure we take advantage of everybody else's mistakes and spins and safety cars, making sure our pit strategies are in sync and we make the team work and we build off each other, and I think we'll do really good today.
Today is the Canadian Grand Prix, and today my goals are to do well in the race and see if I can fend off at the intermediate position to get points. This is very hard on the circuit, it's everywhere, so one little mistake and you're out. Or getting front wing and ruining your own race. I reckon there's going to be a lot of safety cars due to the wet conditions, but yes, I honestly think this is going to be a very tough race. Today's the Canadian.
Great to listen in to the two Red Bull boys. Let's hope they have a good race. But now we have the drivers getting into position. We'll have the Aston Martin of Glexus, who will lead the field away. Flame, then Tristan, then Akron. So we await for them to get into position at the back of the field. And here we go, stirring moments. Here we go then at Canada. Here come the lights, and when all five go out, we'll be racing in Canada. We're racing around Montreal, and it's a good reaction time from Glexus who will lead of the front row. The top two maintain the same position. Sene trying to go to the inside line of Tristan as we go through. Tristan maintains third position for now. Off the road there is an AlphaTauri, I believe, as they all make their way through. Rejoining is Akron and making contact there with Waldo as we go through for the first time. It's trying to dance around the outside. It's going to be Sene in. Tristan going wheel to wheel as they make their way through, and that was a chaotic start. Tristan is able to improve. Sorry, not Tristan. It's going to be Tristan down 2 positions. It's going to be Sene up into third. It's going to be Smithy, who is the driver who's improved. 4 positions up for him. It's Tristan who's down 2. Then we have HPRL Game up 1. And then we have Ace up 2. Then Carlo Bona. Very good start from him. He's up 5. And it's going to be Pal and Curvo. Looks like the 2 drivers who are side by side. Wasn't a good start for Pal. And here we go then, the 2 Alfa Romeos now about to go wheel to wheel going into turn number 10. Can HPRL Gamer go to the inside line? The 2 Alfa Romeos are side by side as they go through turn number 10. And they're trying to apply the power. They're struggling as well. They have Ace waiting in behind to try and take advantage. Wet conditions for the whole of this race. So it'll be interesting to see what is going to happen. The 2 Alfa Romeos still going side by side though, as they head now right into the final chicane of this racetrack, and HPRL Gamer moves up but gets a time penalty. Tristan thought better of it. He backed off, and these 2 will be costing themselves time. It will be helping Ace, will be helping Colabona, will be helping all the drivers behind as well as they go through. It is Glex's head of flame though, and there we have Kyle versus Matt as they go through. Currently, look how, and they lose so much time as they go through. Kyle is trying to slot the car in. They're all struggling to get on the power, all struggling to apply the power, and it's causing chaos. And here comes Ace trying to take 2 in 1 maybe as they go through. It's Carlo Bona actually who's been able to get through. So Carlo Bona, I thought it was Ace on the attack. He was actually trying to attack. Ace also was trying to get past Tristan. They were all close together. Carlo Bona though was able to get past Ace. It's Ace now trying to fight back around the outside. And, well, I'm not even going to speak too much about that. But what I am going to speak about is the battle for 3rd position. It's Smithy versus Sene as they go down into turn number 10. Ace has left the session. I think that might explain some of the lag we were having there. And we might need to have a lobby restart. So, here we go. We might need a lobby restart and then a second moment. We're going to have Matthew who will need to retire. And we have Tristan is round. Tristan's losing the car. Not what the Alfa Romeo driver would have wanted. He drops right to the back. It's only Pal who is behind him as we see the battle now go on. Look at this. It is Smithy versus Sene. It is Smithy improving to 3rd position. And if you're watching a race in Canada, it's a very good place to watch it. Sene is trying to fight back though as they go through. And he's trying to now get the up and under. He's going to try around the outside, which will become the inside line for the next corner. He keeps his foot in, and he keeps 3rd position. It's Smithy down into 4th once more. This one isn't over yet. No DRS for these 2 drivers, just pushing right to the limit. Let's see. Do we see a fight back coming now from Smithy to try and retake the place? And we are going to be having a restart. So we're going to be having a restart. I don't believe any of the drivers have looked at that. Look to the inside line. That is brave from Smithy, who's able to improve. We do have a restart. And I guess we'll continue until we actually get an invite here. But we do have a restart. All the drivers leaving the lobby. And that is definitely not. Before people start accusing, is not because of anything of the host disconnecting or... Actually, sorry, it is because of the host disconnecting. I'm talking about it's not because he's the owner and all of that stuff. Because I have seen some of that sometimes goes around that, oh, the owner disconnected, so we're going to restart. It is due to avoiding desync. So that is your reason why. So all the drivers, so everyone will need to restart the games, I think. So we are going to be getting underway for the 2nd time. And we have Pal saying in chat, that helps me. And now we might have the fight between Charlie and Sene. Unsure. And we have so much going on. I do not need to restart my game. So it'll be the end of lap 2, which will be the order. So yeah, apologies for the restart, but I think to all of the people who do get annoyed, it's better for your sake, because if you remember Mexico, which for me, it was an absolute thriller, but unfortunately it wasn't counted due to Desync. We had so much going on. I can't wait till we get back to Mexico this season. With hopefully no issues. So we had cars where we had drivers not being able to see where others are, and it's just glitching, and that's why people were lagging around left, right, center, ghosting through each other, and all of that chaos stuff we were having. So it is gonna be time to leave the lobby now. I mean, look, also for all of the viewers, it's better entertainment for us. The field is kind of bunched up, and we get basically a standing start as a restart. So, Pal saying he got hit by Baldo. While we wait for an invite, should we quickly go do a time trial? Supercars. A Ferrari. That's too late. We have an invite. So we'll go join this. But if we do have any other lobby issues, we'll go for that. And Evan did that, and I thought it was a good idea, so... Ooh, some nice... Just looking at what Glex has sent. So, Pal saying this time I'm gonna avoid the carnage. Well, here's one thing. As a commentator, I absolutely love restarts. I think if you commentate, you'll also love it, because look, you're just getting even more action. You're gonna get a restart, which I guess the most exciting part of a race can be sometimes the restart and a standing start. Always an exciting part. Always the part where you need to have your voice ready to give energy. I absolutely love those kind of moments. So. And also, as a viewer, Pal, as I know you're in the live chat, as a viewer, would you want to really miss a start of a race in real life at all? Absolutely not. What do you think of the race start? Like, do you think it's an important moment in the race? A bit about it. Okay, we might not be getting Pal to say it in voice, but I'll ask him in chat, and he'll just give us a bit of information of what he thinks. But I definitely do not want to be a minute late. Yeah, okay, maybe I can be a minute late to qualifying if I'm not streaming anywhere. I can be a minute late to quali. Yep, I can literally be 1 minute late to qualifying, which is gonna be okay. 17 minutes left. I could even be 5 minutes, and it's fine. And also, if you currently take a look, look who has appeared in the lobby. Where is he? I thought he appeared for a second. Did he disappear? Where am I even looking? I thought he appeared for a second. Unless he's... Ah. He's gone, I think. It might have been a disconnection, or I don't know if he's able to join back. But we had Ilias join for a second. And all the drivers start going like, oh, more chaos coming. Well, look. I would like... I don't know. I don't think Pal or any other driver wants him. But I do. Because, as you see, more excitement, more drivers, more excitement. So all the drivers got scared for a second. But we also do have to realise that he didn't make the deadline. There was a deadline where he had to join by and he didn't make it, so... So, to the rules, I don't think he should be allowed. But obviously as a commentator... I would love if he's allowed, but you get what I mean. If I was an owner or if I had to decide, I would not let him in because he hasn't made the deadline. But you know, just that feeling as a commentator or someone or any kind of fan to just want good action. So Ace readied up. And Pal says he'll probably pick his setup this time. Please do. And I think Elias actually might be removed fully from the league actually. Or banned, I think. Because I don't see him in the thing anymore. Do we have one less driver this time around? I think we might. Because I think Matt, the driver who readied up, left, so... And I believe Ilias is gone as well, or is his seat removed? Or it might have just been his seat, because... I don't see him. I'll look in general. But I don't believe. Okay. But we'll work that out later. But don't worry about that. We're going to focus on what's happening in the race currently. And there should not be a formation lap, I don't believe. So we're going to be straight into it most likely. For the second start. Here in Canada. All the drivers, no one's readying up, so we have all of the... So we're gonna just wait for everyone to get their setups ready, and then we'll be into the action once more. Apologies for the delay, but we're gonna be getting ready to go on the attack. Who is gonna be winning That's going to be my question. So just waiting for the message to ready up. So we are just currently waiting. Yep, so it looks like... Has someone readied up? Because I have not seen a message yet. But I think everyone has had enough time, to be fair, but... I don't think they're allowed to go until... they get told. Oh, it's Ace. Okay, perfect. Anyway, okay, I do not even feel ready because there is most likely not going to be any information left. So we're going to be straight into the action. Here in Montreal. Here we go. And for the second time in Montreal, we are racing. And who is going to get the best start as we go to turn number 1? There's an Alfa Romeo of Tristan already off. As we go into the first corner, Flame tries to challenge around the outside, which becomes the inside line for the next corner. As we go through, who is going to be ahead? They're side by side as they apply the power now. And who is going to be? Who's going to get the position? It's going to be Galexis who just holds on to the lead. Flame in second, then it's Sine, then it's Sameti. The top 5 remain in the same positions. It's Carlo Bona who has improved too. We have Ace who also remains in the same position. It's Chaos behind though. It is Tristan who was the driver in the wall in the background at the time, and it's Smithy, and it's going to be Sine who runs wide. Smithy is up into third, HP Gamer up into fourth, and there goes the McLaren of Ace through as well. He's now fighting away with Carlo Bona as they make their way through, right down into the chicane. Do we see a late send there? It's absolute chaos. It's the Aston Martin driver of Sine going for the late launch. It's Smithy who gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. But I don't believe he would have corner cutted that bad, but I believe it might have been 3 wide. I didn't get to fully see it, but I think Sine might have dived up the inside of all of them and caused a tiny bit of chaos in the field. But as they all make their way through, we might be seeing pit stop soon. It's Galexis and Flame who are going to provide the action at the front of the field. It's Sine versus Carlo Bona, the 2 teammates from Aston Martin about to go wheel to wheel as well, down into turn number 1. Look at Sine covering the inside line, goes a long way around, he says, but Carlo Bona wants the inside. He's going to the inside, he wants the position. It's so tight as they go through the opening corner of the race, and they're back on the power, trying to hold it around the outside. Will there be enough space for both of them to go? It is going to be Sine ahead of Carlo Bona as they make their way through. And I think there might have been a little tap there to the wall as well. It's 1 second out in front momentarily. Make that under 1 second. That does not matter though, because the DRS is not enabled, but I think you need to at least be inside 1 second to be in a striking range unless your rival makes a mistake. Carlo Bona still in the wheel tracks of Sine. He's going to try and fight back. We have Akron as well in behind. So is Tristan. He's going to try and improve some positions. It looked like he might have just, as soon as he got off the line, I think he might have just straight away basically just floored it maybe a bit too quick. I'm unsure obviously, but it might have been something like that, which is why he went into the barriers. There is Sine and Carlo Bona though. They just switched positions momentarily, and we'll be seeing if we're getting some any other battles around this racetrack. There was HP Gamer having a little sniff, I believe, just showing he is there. We have Smithy with a lot more ERS though, and I believe we have a spinner. It is Akron, and he's momentarily on the curb, just has to get out back onto the racetrack there. And we have Ace now mostly on the back of HP Gamer, and right on the tail. He might go for the move now. Can he dive it to the inside? Can he be bold? Can he be late? The answer to that question is no. Can he fight back though? On the power, might have a good exit here and might be able to challenge as we go into turn number 8. Doesn't look like. But if he can get a good exit, and looks like HP Gamer might have run a tiny bit wide. I think Ace was also going to run wide, but he just calmed it a tiny bit, broke a bit more earlier. So that settled that. Can Ace go to the inside of 10? So there's no. As he applies the power and losing time as well. As he gets there, and it's actually Sene now. Pretty much the same gap to Ace, and also Ace to HPA Gamer, but Ace closing in under braking. I think through the corners he's looking good, but on that traction as he gets right as they all apply the power, it looks HPA Gamer is just a tiny bit better. And we have the two Red Bulls battling, and that's Kyle, who has completely cut the chicane. And I think he was so late on the brakes. And the two Red Bulls switch positions. The two drivers who we heard from right on the formation lap, I should say, as well. And we have HPA Gamer now, Ace, and Smitty the order. So a change there. We have Sene now on the back as well. So is Carlo Burner. Look how close all of them are. And that is going to be a bit of a late send as they go through. And I think Ace might have... Yep, unsure what's going on with Ace once more. And yep, Ace is having issues, I think. More desync. So we're going to have... And I think we're going to have to have another start to this race. So I'm just going to be waiting for the message to come in now. There'll be a lot of drivers getting frustrated. But we're going to have, looks like, another start to this one. Because probably there'll be too much desync, etc. Here is Tristan on the back of Smithy as they head towards turn number 1. And that is super late. That is right into the back of Smithy. So it's all, I think the drivers are also racing like, we're gonna have a restart. So just gonna wait for the official confirmation. As there we have Smithy DNFing. Yep, restart coming. So another restart to this one. So the lobby fully gone now. So, apologies to everyone in the live chat about all of this, but it's better than just having a race which will continue to have desync. Well, I think I'm going to go for time trial now. Supercars, quickly, in the Ferrari. Let's head to Canada. And let's take you to a lap. Here we go. I'm on controller as well, by the way. Let's see how this one's gonna go as we now make our way into this again. Oh, you need to brake a lot more earlier. Oh, well, I'll cut this corner. I do not care what the game has to say. Let's hope I don't do that tomorrow, though. Oh, what am I even doing? Right, so we're heading now into the first corner of this racetrack. Just on the brakes. Applying the power once more. And then over the curb nicely. Running wide. And then back on the power. Now you're making your way right into turn number 3 and 4. And this is me attempting to drive a Ferrari supercar. Thank you, Ferrari, for lending me this. I hope I bring it back in one piece, which doesn't currently look like. It's very close to the wall. Just going on the anchors then. Man, I'm literally greedy on the throttle. I want to get on the throttle as soon as possible. Going into the wall once more. And yeah, we'll fully cut the chicane, does not matter. Over the curbs, the bumps, and now the hardest point, the hardest point where you need to brake. On the anchors then. Let's see if I can get this perfectly correct. Tiny bit wide. On the power once more. Accelerate. And then make your way down into the final 2 corners, the chicane of this racetrack. Let's see. Will I be able to avoid the wall of champions this time? As I'm still waiting for a lobby invite. Be super late on the brakes. Don't be as late as me though. Send the car in over the bumps into the barriers. However, don't worry about that. But I think we gain time for that actually. And then shortest route to the line. And that is a lap of Montreal. End the session. Okay, right. Continuing on then. Well, let's hope we can get back over to pushing on. Okay. There's no restart. Yep, I'm just reading. That's why I've gone silent. Yep, so that's it then. Thank you for joining me around Canada. Unfortunately, we will not be able to continue with the action. And that's it then. Hopefully you enjoy the race week. The timings, just for next week, I'll just tell you this right now. The timings might be a tiny bit different than for next week due to the real life qualifying and the race taking place. So please join the FPRL Discord to know a bit about that. But we will see you next week when FPRL returns around Miami.